Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
One particular game aside from the Tech game that has, I think, probably a lot of attention is going to be the game in Utah between BYU and Utah. You've got BYU ranked at 15 and Utah ranked at 23. But man, this might be a game for Utah that they have to win to kind of stay in the hunt to be in the Big 12 championship game. Just because having two losses might put you into a tiebreaker situation at the very least, and two losses may, in some cases, knock you out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'm in agreement with you here. I mean, you're talking about when you just get down to the numbers, you're looking at, if you're Utah and you lose the game, you're now 2-2 in Big 12 play after 4 games. You got 5 games remaining, but the two teams that are at the top, both BYU and Texas Tech, assuming the Red Raiders win on Saturday,
right,
are undefeated. You're 2 games back, and you've lost a tiebreaker to both of them.
Right.
The odds of you picking up 3 games in 5 games is not super likely. So I'm in complete agreement with you, Chuck. If Utah loses this game, I mean, I don't think obviously the numbers say it's still possible, but the odds of them getting back into the title chase are not good unless you somehow, I mean, what would help them a little bit is if you got some 3-way tie kind of stuff, right? But again, having lost the tiebreaker to both of the quote-unquote top 2 teams would be big. Now, they do play Cincinnati, I believe, later in the season. Am I remembering that correctly?
Let me pull that up just real quick here.
I got it here. Yes, they do. They play at home against Cincinnati in 2 weeks from Saturday. November
1st, right. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it's still possible, but I think it's extremely unlikely. Now, if Texas Tech loses to Arizona State, then that gives them a better chance. But but they'd be 2 games behind BYU, one of the teams they're chasing. They would be at least 1 game behind Texas Tech, and having lost the tiebreaker to them. So this feels like a massive game for Utah. Bigger for Utah than it is for BYU. BYU can still have they have greater odds to still make it if they lose that game.
And then for Arizona State, they also have 1 loss, so obviously it's a big game for them too. But
I think they're in the same boat, right? Because if Arizona State loses to Texas Tech, now you're 2 games behind Texas Tech, you're behind a game behind possibly Utah, whatever. And again, you've lost a tiebreak to both of those teams.
But listen to who Arizona State has left after Texas Tech. They play Houston next week at home. They go to Iowa State on November 1st. They're at home on November 15th to West Virginia. They're at Colorado on November 22nd, and they finish up the year the day after Thanksgiving against Arizona. So you could make a case that, with the exception of the Iowa State game, it's a pretty cake schedule the rest of the way for Arizona State.
I don't think the matchup with Arizona is cake for them.
It's a home game.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game, and Arizona's much better than they were.
But it's
definitely easier than what we were just looking at with Utah.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was headed there, and so then you kind of look at, okay, well, Cincinnati's 3-0, but it's starting to become. I mean, this week could be defining in that you could really say, okay, how many teams are really actually left in this race at the end of this week? because, like you said, a loss to Utah could knock them out. A loss for Arizona State could really kind of knock them out. And
it feels like if Tech and BYU win this week, it's a 3-team race for 2 spots.
And then
with Cincinnati being the 3rd team.
If TCU were to win at home over Baylor, then that you could say, well, it's going to really be hard for Baylor too, because they too would have 2 losses in the Big 12, and that might be. And for TCU, I mean, they're 1-2. I mean, it's going to be hard for them right now. If they lose to Baylor, then that completely knocks them out of any kind of contention for the Big 12.
Yeah, I don't think really either one of them, in my opinion. I mean, Baylor's defense is going to keep them from really challenging. I mean, they can score a lot of points, but I don't see either one of those as legit contenders.
So as we sit here right now, do you think it's a 5-team race for the 2 spots?
I think I said 6 earlier this week, including Iowa State in the mix there.
Okay.
I'm still not completely out on them. But they're obviously skating on thin ice.
Yeah, I mean they've got 2 losses, and they have a bye week this week, so a chance for them to get right this week.
Yeah, and they don't play Texas Tech, which is obviously a negative for them because they can't make up ground that way.
Iowa State next week plays host to BYU. So
yeah.
So, next week for them is going to be, like, let's just say BYU beats Utah. And so next week, Iowa State's in basically the same position that Utah's in this week.
Yeah.
So it's very quickly becoming 5-6 team race. And then do you consider Houston part of that race?
The week after their game with BYU, they play Arizona State.
That's back-to-back toughies.
That's back-to-back toughies, right?
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, the situation that they're in, they need to play some of those teams in front of them to give themselves a chance. So at this point, that's kind of what you want.
Yeah, right. So because you could put yourself right back in it with a couple of wins and own some tiebreakers, potentially.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. Today is Wednesday, the day the work gets done, October the 15th, 2025. Here's Jeff McGuire.
Hi. Starting in 1912, Red Sox Tris Speaker makes the only World Series unassisted double play from the outfield.
Oh.
Remember, it was a little weird back the way they would do things back then with regards to where the fence was and everything else.
Sure.
Or lack of.
So did he run? He caught it and run?
I don't know how it happened.
Unassisted double play, right?
Unassisted double play.
Well, I think this one, you could come up with a lot of different scenarios. But let's say there's a runner at second with 1 out, and there's a bloop towards center field. He takes off thinking it's going to drop, right? And the center fielder comes in hard, dives and makes the catch, and he's not too far beyond second base. And the guy's like standing over by third, and he's like, oh, geez. I got no chance, right? And so the center fielder just jogs in holding the ball, and they meet halfway in between second and third.
Yeah.
High five and make dinner plans together as the tag comes. That one seems like a pretty easy one to figure out. I mean, I'm not saying that's what happened.
Right. But it's not impossible to figure out.
Yeah.
1964, American sprinter Bob Hayes equals the world record of 10 seconds flat and wins the men's 100-meter gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics by 0.2 seconds.
No, I think that was 1964. Is that right?
It was 1964.
Yeah.
1981, American League Championship. New York Yankees beat the Oakland Athletics 3-0. $1989, Wayne Gretzky surpasses Gordie Howe as the NHL's all-time top scorer. In 2005, Joe Villani sets a Big 12 record with 255 yards receiving as the number 13 Texas Tech Red Raiders beat Kansas State 59-20 to improve to 6-0. And in 2011, Major League Baseball American League Championship. Texas Rangers beat the Detroit Tigers 4-2.
Hello, win column.
That'll be the last time we talk about that team. It is National Chicken Cacciatore Day. It's just like a chicken stew, really.
Yeah, I'll let somebody else catch that.
I mean, it's chicken in a tomato sauce with, like, onions and garlic, mushrooms, peppers, There's not anything in it that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound horrible. You can keep the mushrooms, but yeah.
Happy birthday to Braden Fajoko is 29 today. Jim Palmer is 80, and Emeril Lagasse is 66.
Okay.
Very much lacking on the birthdays today.
Yeah.
And on this day in 1973, Dolly Parton releases Jolene. Rolling Stones ranks Jolene as the number 63 in its 2021 500 greatest songs of all time. More than 300 singers have done a cover of Jolene, including Jack White, whose Jolene cover is a staple of the White Stripes concerts.
I got to tell you, I can't sing one note of Jolene. I don't know the hymn, the tune, the I can't hum it. I can't sing it.
But it's your kind of song. It's only got like 55 words or something.
I don't know that I've ever heard this song.
Most of them are Jolene.
Are you familiar with this song, Jamie? Jolene?
Dolly Parton, Jolene.
I have to hear it
Jolene.
I mean, does it kind of go like Roxanne?
No.
Okay.
I don't know it off the top of my head, so if you play it, I'll have to see if I've heard it. I'm sure I probably have.
Apparently, Tris Speaker had, in his career, 6 unassisted double plays. He would play shallow and center and then run in and tag the base or tag the runner at second base. That's pretty much how he did it. I don't know if that was the case for the one in 1912 or not. 650, that's this day in sports history. Thank you, Jeff. We'll have baseball for you tonight. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Toronto and the Milwaukee Brewers. Toronto and the Seattle Mariners from the Emerald City. We'll have that at 6:30. Balls and strikes to follow. Tomorrow, it's kind of rare, Jamie, and that you have a afternoon affair with the National League Championship Series during the week. It's really strange because that usually just does not happen. So maybe they're trying to avoid college football and the NFL on the weekend. I don't know, but seems a little different. It feels a little different.
Well, it's baseball, and
I know. I'm
like
excited
the way
about it.
Major League Baseball's postseason goes, where you don't take off so many days in between for travel days like they do in the NBA or whatever, and you kind of forget a series is going on.
Sure, no question.
You travel one day and you play. That's what you do in baseball.
Yeah.
And so Major League Baseball doesn't usually go too far away from that.
Yeah.
And giving them 3 days off in between or whatever.
Would you like to see a day World Series game on the weekend?
And
does it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I would be opposed to it. I'm not saying
I think I'd like to.
I don't know that would make me watch it any more likely to watch it or whatever, just depending on what my schedule was.
I got you. I understand that. Do you have an opinion on that, Jeff?
I like baseball.
No, I know, but would you?
I think he's saying basically the same thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter when they play it. It's baseball.
Just tell me when we're playing. I got you. All right, that's fair. I understand.
Don't play during when the Red Raiders are playing. That's all I ask right now.
That might be hard. Red Raiders are playing Saturday at 3:00. They'll play against Arizona State. It could be warm there in Tempe on Saturday.
Well, there's a shocker.
Yeah, right.
The next thing he's going to tell us is it's going to be cold in Juneau.
High, well, actually, not so much. High Saturday of 81, low of 59. I guess that
seems
speaks
very
to
pleasant.
I guess it speaks to this time of year. They do have a little bit of a winter there.
And we thought Chuck was saying the most obvious thing ever, and of course we were wrong.
We were wrong, right? 81 for the high. So there you go. So it shouldn't be So it is the desert. So I mean, we have that similar conditions here. But it's more deserty there than it is here because they got cacti and all that kind of stuff as well, all over the place, as you well know, because you've hiked the mountains there and in
just the deserts. I've hiked the deserts.
Tempe. Mm-hmm. Do you wish you were going? Have you called Coach McGuire to see if he's got an extra one of those first class seats that he could put you in?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not. Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't mind going, would you?
No, I wouldn't mind going at all.
Hiking the stadium, hiking by the stadium, because they got a nice big hill right next to the stadium there.
I think it's more than like a hill.
Yeah, I think they call it a mountain.
Mountain.
Yeah, probably so. Mm-hmm. Probably so. 654.
I think it's part of those things called the Rocky Mountains, maybe.
This one's not. Well, I don't know. It's just right there next to the stadium, though.
Yeah. Speaking
it's
of,
not really attached to any other mountains, though. It's kind of odd.
I think it's just kind of there. Is this Jolene here? I have never heard this song in my life. Yeah, maybe so. I probably would have hit the button by now. 6:55 this morning. Do you recognize it now?
I do not.
Yeah, kinda. But I ain't sticking around for it.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and Chuck Heinz. I know this is probably Captain Obvious stuff, but I just want people to be aware in case they have something along those lines. The Arizona State fans will be wearing gold on Saturday. So if you're going,
don't wear gold.
Don't wear gold. I mean,
leave the wedding ring at home.
I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you, don't wear gold. Okay. I know it should go without saying, right? But they're encouraging people to.
Your feelings, got to pull those before you leave.
Okay. Encouraging people to wear gold for that. So don't do that. Hey,
don't wear your gold Texas Tech jersey.
Or
your gold polo.
I think they do have some gold out there. I mean, I don't know.
With logo on it?
Would you produce a picture of said gold Texas Tech jersey for me, please?
Okay, hang on, wait. Janine Becky may have one that's got her gold medal on it.
Yeah.
Or any of the Texas Tech track athletes may have one.
Like I said, I can't. I just seem to recall a yellow double T or something, a yellow shirt double T or something, but I may be wrong on that. Okay.
Were they riding a bicycle in the Tour de France?
Again, I might be wrong. Okay, just have it in my head that maybe there's something along those lines there.
So if you were going and we were to encourage you to wear a color, I don't think red would be a good color this week if you're on the road team.
Why?
Because it's one of their colors. And
that's
it blends
more
into
maroon.
Well, it would blend into what they're trying to do. We want to stand out as our fan base. So I'm guessing black or white is what we should wear on the road.
No, I disagree. I would go with red.
Yeah.
Because
red's standard
if you're
color.
Black or white, you could be one of their fans.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true too.
You're red. You're red. Hey, what?
And again, they're wearing gold, so
yeah, they're wearing
the
gold.
red is going to stand out.
You don't have to worry
about
that.
them wearing their deep red, whatever it is. I'm sure it's not maroon, but it's something close to it. Yes, I agree. It's I'm sure they have a different term for it.
They probably do.
Yeah,
they probably do. Hey, what do you think? If I were to say to you, here we are halfway through the season. What has surprised you about this Texas Tech football team so far? What would it be? Or has anything surprised you?
What has surprised me? I'm surprised that your running backs have been this good.
Okay.
And I'm going to say backs because I think both of them are really good. I thought that you'd be fine at the running back position, but I mean, coming off of, we're sitting here a few days removed from your running back being named the National Running Back of the Week. I did not see that coming.
Right.
Okay, at any point during the season. I thought we'd be fine at the running back position, but clearly they thought you needed more in the running back room when they went out and got a guy in the transfer portal to be at the top of the committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Committee's a committee of one right now. Kind of.
Yeah. No, I think it's I still think
two?
it's two.
Okay.
I mean, because there's been games where Jacoby Williams was the lead dog.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think how good the running backs have been, that would be on my list. Maybe how good your specialists have been.
Yeah, I think
Both the kicker and punter have been really good.
Coach McGuire's called Stone Harrington kind of the surprise of the guys coming out of the camp. You know, just in terms of, I think they fully expected this kicking battle, if it's still going on, to be over with.
Clearly
by now.
it is. Clearly it's still going on.
Yeah, right.
We're going every other kick.
Every other
at this
kick,
point
right?
now. Or we did at least in the last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would include them in the mix. What else is surprising?
Can I throw something out at you and tell me if it's surprising or not?
Sure, you can.
You know, we've heard in the past from this administration and previous administrations about how a certain position group is going to be, you know, its deepest, its strongest, its best, blah, 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 however, whatever adjective you want to use. And, I mean, I realize that you went out and, you know, paid a lot of money for your defensive line, but it's been as advertised, as promoted. It's been as good or better than, and that's not that that's so much of a surprise. It's just that it's held up to the preseason hype.
Yeah, I definitely think it's held up to the hype. I wouldn't call it a surprise. I mean, you're talking about picking.
No, I know.
Plucking the top two rush ends out of the transfer portal and like 3 of the top 5 defensive tackles. I mean, that's not a surprise. I thought they were going to be really good, and they are crazy good. So you asked me the question.
Yeah,
can I throw one out there and tell you and see if it's a surprise? Yeah. My answer is that's not a surprise to me.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
I have been pleasantly surprised for
I'm
how well your
excited about it.
offensive line has played. I was worried about them, and you did throw some money at it, but we've also brought in some guys for the offensive line before trying to fix that problem, and it didn't get fixed. So that's been nice to see. But yeah, I'm kind of with Jamie on the. I will say I didn't expect them to be this good. I expected them to be really good. They've exceeded my expectations.
A couple things here from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I'm surprised how well we respond. Past teams would let things linger and possibly fold.
Okay. You know, that kind of speaks to veteran leadership on the field. It also speaks to being really, really talented. I mean, really good players are the ones that deal with adversity and still come back and make great plays for you.
Yeah.
You know, there are guys that are flashes in the pan and they're front runners when things are going great. They're great. And then when things go poorly, they find ways to not make plays. Yeah, you've got guys on this team that are really talented. And, again, part of the talent is their ability to, you know, deal with some a bad play here or there, and then come back and make an adjustment and be better the next time.
This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line from the Double T 97.3 mobile app presented by Happy State Bank. Chuck's most unspoken saying, I may be wrong.
Read that again.
Chuck's most unspoken saying.
Read it again. Most
underspoken. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Chuck's most underspoken saying, I may be wrong. There we go. Can I get a ta-da?
No.
No? For reading correctly?
That was a funny text. And
this, I am pleasantly
funnier reading.
I'm pleasantly surprised with the consistency of this team. In the past, we have had trouble keeping it all together at the same time. Okay. Again, speaks to what Jamie just said about the veteran leadership. Just the vets.
And the studs.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of studs.
Somebody
You've
said,
got a bunch of dudes.
Somebody
Especially
says
on
this.
defense.
There are gold Texas Tech sweatshirts. Okay. Bobby Hot Dogs. I've seen some sideline personnel wearing yellow, blue, and green Texas Tech shirts. So Chuck isn't crazy with his golden Tech shirt theory.
That is the assistant coaches
Doing signals.
who are doing signals.
Right.
I think Bobby's trying to be funny there.
Okay.
It always cracks me up, though, right? When you look over there and you see like a green
yellow,
Texas
blue, and
Tech
green
jersey,
shirt.
polo or whatever they've got on, and I'm like, that's just not right.
And Coach McGuire,
it's like when the goalie.
yeah,
Like I would hate to be a goalie because I don't even get to wear the school colors.
and Coach McGuire addressed. I think he addressed that last Thursday at his radio show, and basically he said those guys wearing those primary colors, those are all position coaches. You know, and what you just said, basically, of, you know, signaling in, but they're signaling into a specific player or position group, and so
Makes them easier to identify on the sideline.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
totally get it. Still looks weird.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen. Yesterday we got some start times for Red Raider men's basketball games. Not that that matters to this question. I don't think the time of the game factors into this answer, but
okay.
I'm going to ask it anyway. Which non-conference game for the Red Raider men's basketball team are you looking forward to the most? And it can be for any reason you want.
Okay.
Well, we know
Hoping.
Chuck's answer.
I'm really hoping for one specific answer here
We know Chuck's answer.
from Chuck.
There's
Well,
only one correct
You
answer.
talking about at home?
No.
No.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yes.
In general.
There's only one answer for Chuck.
No.
If he gives any other answer, it's wrong.
I refuse.
It's not wrong. It's just disappointing.
I know you want me to say Arkansas, and I know for many
That's only for math questions. Jeff.
it'll be Duke.
Which makes a whole lot of sense.
Makes a whole lot of sense. You know what I'm going to say, because I want it to be a home game that I'm going to go to, and I think I'm going to be able to go to this game because I'm just kind of curious what the interaction is with his old team and this team, Wyoming.
Okay, explain.
Because the Wyoming head coach is here.
And he was here last year when
I
they
know.
came too.
Well, they didn't come here last year. We went there.
went
right?
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just because we basically traded him for this home and home. That's what we had to do to get him, and we got him, and so we're playing Wyoming. That's probably your best non-conference home game.
We played him at home last year.
Did we?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, then
that's what I thought.
I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
That's fine. Do you like the colors of Wyoming?
Not really.
They're pretty rough.
They're like brown and gold. They're like two of the ugliest colors that are out there. They're yellow. They're
I would
brown
not
and
call
yellow.
that gold.
There's
Yeah.
yellow, brown and yellow.
Yeah.
Is what they are.
If
Brown.
they were bringing their best quarterback they ever had there with them, I would be
Who's that?
excited for that game.
Who's their best quarterback ever?
At Wyoming?
Yeah.
Isn't that where Josh Allen went?
Oh, maybe so. Yeah.
Maybe so.
Maybe he could bring his friend Patrick with him too.
That'd be fun. That'd be awesome.
Had to make that game more entertaining.
Yeah, it would.
It would.
That was a surprising answer.
Okay. Only because I think it's the most competitive game that you've got
That you can go to.
that I can go to.
I don't know which of the three, and I'm debating between the three for different reasons. Illinois is on my list because it's the first time you're playing a team with a pulse.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good answer, Jeff.
LSU is on my list. Again, team with a pulse. It's, neutral site, though. I don't know how good Illinois is. I don't know how good LSU is going to be. I don't know which one of those is going to be the better game. And the third one would be Duke, because it's Duke in Madison Square Garden. And that's just your marquee non-conference game. I feel like I'm going to go with Duke, although I'd be with, it's probably 2-3 right next to Duke for Illinois and LSU.
Okay. All right. I think there are 2 right answers here.
I'm sure Jeff got one of them.
And by the way, neither one of them are my answer. Okay?
Okay.
I think the 2 right answers is Duke at Madison Square Garden. Mm-hmm. A, you're seeing the Red Raiders play at Madison Square Garden, which is awesome. And B, you're playing a historic program like Duke. I don't put LSU on my list, Jeff, because we've played them so many times.
We have.
It feels like.
I'm right there with you.
The other right answer I have is in the Bahamas against Purdue, because that could be the number 1 team in the country when you're playing them.
Should be. I mean, unless they've already,
I've not looked at their schedule.
Dripped it down their schedule, their legs, so to speak.
Dripped it down their schedule.
Their legs, what I meant to say.
Okay, I think those are the 2 right answers, but I also like where Jeff went with Illinois, because it's you have a better understanding of how good you are or aren't, whatever. I think that's the right answer. Okay, none of those are my answer. Mm-hmm. My answer is Winthrop. Winthrop. Why is my answer Winthrop?
Because that's the last non-conference game.
It is the last one, and I thoroughly enjoy watching really competitive Big 12 men's basketball games. And I get a little bored with the non-competitive, non-conference games. Although you're going to have some plenty of competitive non-conference games there. Mm-hmm. I just am always excited about the Big 12 season. That's more fun to me. And just like it is in football, I love watching Big 12 teams face off with each other, even if it's not the Red Raiders. So Winthrop, December 28th means it's over.
Right.
And we can get
can
get to conference play after that.
But then you start with Oklahoma State.
It doesn't matter. It's a conference team we hate. Okay, good.
Purdue could have 2 losses before we play them.
Okay, so they might not be the number 1 team in the nation. I said, they could be.
They play Kentucky in an exhibition game in Lexington.
Well, if it's an exhibition game, it doesn't count.
I know, but it's going to be a loss because it's going to be Kentucky and it's going to be in Lexington. And then the other game that they play before they play us is they play at Alabama.
Good for them. Good matchup there.
Yeah, so there you go. They do have the Akron Zips. They do, and then they play Memphis in the Bahamas.
Yeah, we could not get to play them. I understand that.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Some thoughts from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Chuck's answer should be Purdue. Since they're not good enough, we should win. And we did play Wyoming at home. This, Jeff Linder, who used to coach at Wyoming, this person says, Linder isn't even looking forward to that game. Okay. Wyoming was here last year. We won by like 40.
I think it was 96-49.
Then somebody else says Tech didn't play Wyoming at home last year, played them there in 2023 and haven't played at home since 1960.
Go look at the schedule from last year for Texas Tech.
I'm going to believe you. Have you?
I just looked at the website.
Yeah, it's there, right? But we played
96-49. It says United Supermarkets Arena. Yeah. Unless they call theirs United Supermarkets Arena too.
They don't.
Okay.
I mean, I was just there last spring.
Did you see Josh Allen?
No, I mean,
missed opportunity.
Yeah, dang.
I got some pictures I can share with you if you'd like.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, I figured you were. Chuck's hate for Purdue is hilarious.
It is. Purdue's become like my second favorite college basketball team. Go Boilermakers!
I don't like Matt Painter.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Visual Edge IT hotline, it's open, 806-771-0973. High school fan zone tonight on 100.7. Score coaches from Lubbock High, Friendship, and Lubbock Cooper tonight. The American League Championship Series continues tonight from Seattle. We'll have it at 6:30, play-by-play just after 7. Okay. All getting ready now for Texas Tech and Arizona State on Saturday, a game the Red Raiders won last year. No Cam Scattaboo for them this year, Jamie. And I got to admit, he's been better in the NFL than I thought he was going to be.
I thought he had the potential to help a little bit. I think I would agree with you. Probably better than I thought, but I thought he had the potential to help a little bit, and I feel like he's clearly doing that.
Yeah. So he's...
I also kind of feel like our success against him clouded how good he was last year. Like, we had phenomenal... Like, the Red Raiders had phenomenal success in slowing him down a year ago. And like, all season long, he was racking up these numbers. I'm like, but he's not... But he is that good. We just had a really good day. Like, because we saw that live we saw that live. You know, and a lot of us saw it in person if we were at the game, that he absolutely had no effect against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, we're playing with our backups, too, compared to this year. Look what we could do this year against them.
True.
You know?
I guess.
It's just...
They weren't our backups then.
I know. I didn't mean to disparage them, but I kind of did there. Mm-hmm. Tech won last year 32-30 over Arizona State.
Really?
I mean 30-22. I'm sorry.
Okay.
God, what in the world is going on with my brain today? And I know you say today, right?
I really am. Like,
Today?
you got new glasses recently. It might be time to actually like get some real glasses instead of just readers.
No, it's not that. It's just it's my mouth and my brain just not connecting. My brain sees it. My mouth just goes off haphazard. Just says whatever it wants to say. Can't control it. So, just puts me in bad.
Does that keep you from getting in trouble with your lucky lady when you say that? Oh, my mouth. It's haphazard. I can't control it.
Yeah, that doesn't. That
not my fault.
That doesn't work.
Does that work?
No, that doesn't work. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
I would be very interested to see how the lucky lady responded to that.
She's just tolerating right now.
Oh, Laura.
Yeah. Somebody asked this question: Is Saturday a must win? I don't think it's a must win. I mean, if you're thinking about, is it a must win to get to the Big 12 championship game? No. Is it a must win for you to make the college football playoff? No, because those are the two things you have your sights set on right now. But what it does, if you lose, it starts to ratchet up pressure on other games, like going to Manhattan and playing at K-State, playing at home against BYU. That's what it does. You lose some wiggle room by losing.
Therefore, by definition, it's not a must-win.
It's not a must-win.
Yeah, I think I agree with everything you said there. Yeah. Don't feel like it's a must-win. I still think you can, get to the playoff without it, get to the Big 12 championship game without it, still win the Big 12 championship. I mean, maybe even unlikely, but unlikely, but maybe even get in if you don't win the Big 12 championship. I don't know. Because, what if that was your only loss and there was some quirky three-way tie and you got left out and you were 11-1?
Oh my gosh.
And you are where you are right now. So you're 7 in the country now, and so you lose this game and you drop back to 12. But then you won the rest of them and didn't get in. You're still probably going to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Ranked in the top 10, even though you don't play in the Big 12 championship game. It would be dicey. It would be dicey, no question. Mm-hmm. Unlikely that all of that could happen, but it still could happen.
Wouldn't you at that point in time, let's just say somebody goes undefeated, 12-0, okay? And then somebody else goes 11-1 and you go 11-1, okay? What you really have to hope for at that point in time, that 11-1 team that made it in is somebody that you didn't play and then got their clock cleaned by the 12-0 team, because then you could say, hey, we've earned a spot here in the college football playoff. Yeah. But man, you sure leave a lot into the hands of the committee, which you don't want to do.
Yeah, if it was Arizona State that got in with one loss and then they went to the Big 12 championship game and lost, they would have 2 losses, but they made it to the conference championship game and they beat you.
Yeah, so it would make that harder.
Yeah, no doubt.
Harder to make that case.
Yeah. Again, my scenario, not likely, but I do think possible.
Doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sleep tonight. Thanks, Jamie.
It's a must-win for seeding in the college football playoff, and you can make that case, but it's still not, because it's just not a must-win game. It's a want-to-win. It makes your life easier if you win. It keeps your path. It keeps your destiny in your own hands game, but it's not a must-win.
It'd be a good one to have.
Let's see. I'm going to read it exactly how it is. Why is Get Y'all's explanation on why it's not a must-win? But we as fans need to embrace the 1-0 mentality each week as well. Don't settle for less than the goal. Okay. All right. Simply put, if you do that, you will not control your own destiny, and the ESPN machine would side with an SEC team of similar resumes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of that. You wouldn't control your own destiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right on that. You're right on all that. Bobby Hot Dogs, listening to Chuck's random musings is usually a high point of my morning. It will truly be a loss when he retires and joins the Thetford and Ashby show.
We're not letting him retire.
I'm not retiring, and those guys won't let me join their show. I mean, they got their own gig. Plus, I really don't want to work Saturday mornings.
But then he'd miss listening to the show, because he is an avid Thetford and Ashby listener.
I do listen to the show, yeah.
That might be his favorite show on the station.
Tech Talk. It's Tech Talk.
This show is my favorite show on the station.
No, see, I'm being facetious. You're flat out lying.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.